What's up, guys? So, I submitted my music to some Spotify playlists, and the results were, well. What's up, guys? Brandon here from KDMR Music, helping you learn how to succeed in the music business. If you're new here, on this channel we talk about music marketing, we talk about royalties, and sometimes I test out different services to see how they work in videos just like this one. So, if you want that type of content to help you grow your music career, then please hit that red subscribe button that's on the screen right now. Recently I made a video showing you guys how to pitch your music to Spotify's editorial playlist using the Spotify for Artists dashboard. And I showed you that by pitching my own song. So today I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a follow-up to show you what my results were. So I'm going to go ahead and jump inside the phone real quick. So give me just a second to record my screen. Are we recording? Alright, so I'm going to jump into Spotify for Artists. And you can see my dashboard. That's me. I have 2 monthly listeners. Now, a couple of disclaimers before we even get into the results. I'm not an active artist. I don't release music very often at all. My last project before this single that I tested was in 2016, and even then it wasn't something that I was promoting. It was literally something I did just to test the speed of DistroKid at the time. So full disclaimer out there. And so let's go ahead and look into the stats. So press this middle button here. My single Fall has had 4 streams all time. Playlists, no playlists. Audience, 2 listeners in the last 20 days. And one of those was me. So, as you can see, it was a fail, right? For me, the Spotify for Artists playlist pitching just didn't work. Now, do I think that means the service won't work for you? Not at all. I've seen a lot of stories here recently. There's one article that I'll link to on Reddit where someone got pitched to, or he just, put his song out, and it received like 60,000 streams in the first couple of days because it did get picked up by Spotify's playlist. And this guy doesn't have a record label behind him. He does have a manager, but he's doing most things himself. And so I'll link to that article in the description so that you can see it for yourself and see that this does work for some people. Here's some tips that I have to help you find better success with your Spotify pitching. 1, don't pitch your first song ever. And that's something that we talked about on my podcast with Lennon Seahawk, who is a music writer as well as a publicist. He says, don't pitch your first song because a good publicist, a good editor for a playlist is going to want to look at your past results. If you guys remember from the part 1 of this video, I did, when I pitched my song, it shows you a little dashboard that says, okay, here's what we know about you so far. So far, you've got 2 monthly listeners, and your biggest market is this particular city. And Spotify uses that data. They're not just listening to your music. All these tech companies have all sorts of data on who listens to what, how long they listen for, when they press the skip button, and all of that. And all of those metrics are what help determine which songs get added to which playlists and in which order. So, if you don't have a lot of listener data built up in Spotify yet, if you don't have a fairly high monthly listener count, whether it's in the hundreds or even in the thousands, but I mean, if you're starting from 0, Spotify just doesn't have enough data to work with. They can't say, oh, this music performs well with people who like this artist, because the music isn't performing well at all. So, what I would recommend before doing the Spotify editorial playlist pitching, try doing the other way, where you find people who run playlists, and I can show you really quickly. I'll record the screen again just to show you how it works. So, 1 second. Alright, now inside the normal Spotify dashboard, you can hit search. And let's say you're into, you might be into East Coast hip hop. So let's type in East Coast hip hop. And you can see it's a playlist, and it says this playlist is by M. Ponko. And so that means it's a user-generated playlist. So we'll click on this playlist, and you can hit follow if that's what you're into. But you can also see when it was created, how long the playlist is, and how many followers it has. It has about 2,600 followers. Now, if you tap this guy's name, Impongko, okay, he doesn't really have a profile. So let's look for another one. We'll go to playlists. Okay, James Ken 84. Well, let's do New York Rap East Coast for Kane E78. Tap on his name. Still nothing. Alright, so I'm going to try this with another one that I've actually tested. So I'm going to go to Lo-Fi Hip Hop. So this one's by Sabrina Shivo. Sabrina, okay, she's got her information right here on the playlist. It says, ease some of that everyday struggle. At awake.me.not on IG if you want to contact me. So now you can go to Instagram, find her profile, and actually contact her and say, hey, my name is such and such. I make beats that sound like this. I was listening to your playlist and I think my song would fit really well. If you have time to listen to it, here's the link to it on Spotify. And obviously, this is a really tedious method, but it works. If you listen to the episode of the Music Business Dreams podcast with Jay Filt from howtomakeverysickbeats.com, he talks about how he did this, and he reaches out to people like 5 times a day, and he's used that to get on over 50 different Spotify playlists. And now his music is also being picked up by some of the editorial playlists because he has such strong activity around his music. Yes, it required work on the front end, but now he's gonna be able to chill out, kick back a little bit, and watch those royalties come in. So Spotify playlist pitching can work for you, but you've got to give it something to work with first. The other tip I have is just using that metadata to really stop this recording. So using that metadata to really put in as many descriptive tags as you can. If you guys remember, it was like 5 a.m. when I pitched my music to Spotify. Probably not the best time. I wasn't feeling the most creative. I was just, all right, let me just type something in this box. But most search engines work on keywords. So if you use some keywords like lo-fi hip-hop, chill vibes, nighttime moods, bumps, these are terms that describe lo-fi hip-hop beats. And so if you use those terms, Spotify will be able to associate your music with other music that's already using those terms as well. So those are some things to think about to help give you the best chances of success. So let's recap. 1, do not pitch your first song. Give Spotify some data to work with. If you are just starting out, then what you should do is try getting on the user-generated playlists first. Then, number 2, once you've got some activity around your song, then yeah, you can go ahead and pitch to Spotify for artists, but make sure you are descriptive as possible to make sure that you give Spotify enough keyword data to work with as well. If you do those 2 things, you should see much better results than I did. And it should help you find success and find more fans on the journey to more success in the music career. So I'm super excited for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have pitched your music using Spotify for artists, leave a comment on this video. Let me know how it goes for you. And when you try it out, I'd love to hear your results as well. Until next time, please like this video if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more. And next time, or until next time, peace.